The bakery went completely silent when Elena placed the small birthday cake back on the counter. "Please, give it to someone else," she whispered. Outside, her 8-year-old son Noah was waiting in an old car, believing his mother was bringing home the cake he had dreamed about for weeks. But Elena had just spent her last savings on an emergency medicine bill. Near the window, a widowed father named Daniel noticed her trembling hands, and the birthday card falling from her purse. What Daniel did next saved more than one birthday. But neither of them knew that a secret hidden inside that card would bring their two families together in a way no one expected. Daniel Brooks visited Sunrise Bakery every Friday after taking his 10-year-old daughter, Lily, to school. Since losing his wife 3 years earlier, quiet mornings had become his only escape from work, bills, and raising a child alone. That morning, Elena stood at the counter counting a few worn notes. The cake had already been decorated with blue stars and Noah's name. But she was short by nearly $30. She apologized repeatedly and asked the cashier to cancel the order. Daniel watched her carefully. She didn't look angry or careless. She looked like someone who had already sacrificed everything and still couldn't give her child one simple wish. As Elena walked toward the door, a handmade card slipped from her bag. Daniel picked it up. On the front, Noah had drawn himself, his mother, and a huge cake covered with candles. Inside, he had written, "Mom, this will be our happiest birthday because you promised." Daniel felt his chest tighten. He remembered Lily's first birthday after her mother died, and how difficult it had been to smile for her. He returned the card without asking questions. Then he went back inside, paid for the cake, and asked the bakery owner not to reveal his name. But Daniel added one unusual request: he wanted a small silver envelope placed beneath the cake box. An hour later, Elena received a call. The bakery owner said a local family support fund had covered the remaining amount. Confused and emotional, Elena returned for the cake. She hugged the box tightly and thanked everyone before leaving. At home, Noah opened the silver envelope. Inside was a short note: "A birthday should never be measured by money. Keep believing in good people." There was also a grocery voucher. Elena cried, but not because her problems had disappeared. For the first time in months, she felt that someone had noticed her struggle without making her feel ashamed. That evening, Daniel and Lily volunteered at a neighborhood food center. While organizing donation boxes, Lily noticed a familiar drawing taped to one package. It showed blue stars and a birthday cake. The name written below was Noah. Soon, Elena entered the center to collect food. She recognized Daniel immediately but didn't know why. Then Lily smiled and asked Noah whether he liked his cake. Elena looked at Daniel in shock. He quietly admitted that he had paid for it. Instead of thanking him, Elena asked why he had placed the silver envelope beneath the box. Daniel froze. He had never put an envelope there. The bakery owner checked the security footage. After Daniel left, an elderly woman had entered the bakery and slipped the envelope beneath the cake box. The woman was later identified as Margaret, a retired teacher who had overheard Elena's conversation. She explained that years earlier, Elena's late husband had helped her during a difficult time without accepting payment. Margaret had spent years searching for his family. When she saw Noah's name, she realized who Elena was. The cake had been Daniel's kindness, but the groceries were Margaret's way of returning a forgotten favor. Elena was overwhelmed. Her husband had died believing that his small acts of kindness had never changed anything. Yet years later, one of those acts had returned when she needed help most. Daniel and Lily began visiting Elena and Noah regularly. Their children became close friends, while Daniel helped Elena repair her old car and find a better job opportunity. Elena slowly regained hope. Months later, Margaret invited both families to a community dinner. She announced that she had created a small emergency fund in Elena's husband's name to help struggling parents without embarrassing them. 1 year later, Noah celebrated his 9th birthday in the same bakery. This time, the room was filled with neighbors, friends, and families helped by the new community fund. Noah placed a handwritten sign beside the cake: "Kindness always finds its way back." Daniel looked at Elena and realized that one quiet decision had connected people whose lives were meant to cross. Elena smiled as Noah blew out the candles. The birthday cake had once represented everything she couldn't afford. Now it reminded her that hope can return through strangers, old memories, and one small choice to care. If this story touched your heart, like, subscribe, and comment kindness below.